you, and I'm here to talk about my practicing profession that, in my case, it was an internship with Cisco. It is currently 7:11 p.m. and so let's get into it. The project was about a training. This training is about networks, because Cisco is a networking academy, a networking company that develops computer networks all around the world. They work in many places, in big companies, small companies. They are more focused in very big international corporations. My internship is lasting for 6 months. I'm currently in month 5, starting month 5. And it so far has been a really awesome experience. I have gotten to meet many awesome people, and also I have learned a lot during the process. This is a photograph of the very small team that I had during my internship. So the objectives. The objective for the internship was to train the future generation of network engineers at Cisco. Just like that, it is clear. This is a photograph of our first day at Cisco, our first week. Most of them I do know. Most of them have been moving to other areas. Mobility is a very important thing there. And we are expected to solve the future problems that arise in networks. So that's why they are training us. The goals, the precise goals that were pointed out during our training were particularly two. To pass certifications. We have to pass the CCNA certification, which I did a month and a half ago, and then we had to do the CCNP, that is the certification for professional networking. The very basic one, which is routing and switching. It consists of 3 exams. The first exam I already passed it. I have still 2 exams to do, but hopefully I am able to do it. So far I have passed all exams in the first try, so it seems like a good trend. I have also taken some courses about interpersonal relations, about professional communication, and also team integration. My complementary courses for networking have been boot camps, which are in short very concise courses about the topics that are needed for professional development. And we also had done laboratories, which are small control networking environments that we had to program and learn to work with in order to set up a network. And we also took about a month of English courses with the British Council, which actually was pretty interesting because most of it was teaching which I didn't know before. So it was pretty interesting, pretty good. The specifications, well, getting to the details, the specifications were the tests were done in Pearson VUE testing environments, which are testing centers that are all around the world, which give online certification tests. They are pretty standardized, so there is no easier exams and more difficult exams. They are all the same. Also, the practices that they are teaching us in Cisco are very specific. They want us to be not only network engineers, but the best network engineers. They have a lot of experience which they are transmitting us through these courses, and it has been really quite rich, the knowledge that we have gained. Well, in networking there are many standards. I have just cited some which are in accordance with the IEEE or the Institute of Electronics. To side 1 is just 802.1, which is the standard for internet communication. It includes wireless communication, switching communication, ground communication. Most of the modern internet protocols are included in the 802.1, but there are also some proprietary protocols that they are being taught to us. So we have both the in-house protocols being taught and the standards being taught. So we can interact with other vendors, and we also can do networks among different devices which are not only from Cisco. And English classes were all given to us by the British Council, which is an very important international organization for English standard speaking. I have already talked about it, and I am designing in them. Regulations. Well, with the specifics come the regulations. The regulatory organs that have offered these specifics and these standards have been Pearson VUE for the exams, which are the ones who standardize the tests. They all have the same premise for the space we need to do them and how isolated we have to be when we do the tests, so there is no cheating. Cisco also certifies the test when the tests are done and the courses are over. Cisco is the one that validates those tests and is the one that gives validity, so it can be globally usable, that certification. Well, the British Council, I already talked about it, and IEEE also is one of the organs that regulates how these protocols work. And well, since I am employed now, Mexican regulations also regulate how I am being employed and whichever job rules I have to follow. So yeah, that's about regulations. So next in line is, well, my contributions. There are no real contributions to show. I don't have any project to show. I only have my certification exams done. I have my test results, which have been officially validated. I have passed so far 2 of the tests, of the very important tests that need to be done in order to be considered a professional in networking. I have 2 to go in order to be a full professional in the network area. And yeah, I have not received my real life certificates, but soon I will receive them. So there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom that has been passed to me in along these months that I have been at Cisco. Well, to start off, first I have the network experience and the knowledge that I have learned. Switching, which is the local area network knowledge, and the routing, which not only treats about small area, it also consolidates a big area or the communication between different networks. I also have learned a lot about professional relations. Actually, I have now a manager. That manager has been talking to me and has been putting me objectives and goals to go to. I have talked a little bit about them, but he has also given me other kinds of objectives to have growth in myself. Also, professional communication is a big part of the job, because soon I will be speaking to clients and soon I will be interacting and solving their problems. So to have a big background in network is not enough. You also have to know how to treat people and how to let them know that you are going to help them. Responsibility, well, my manager has also given me due dates for the activities that we have to do, and also has given me milestones, which are kind of due dates, but they are very important dates that projects should be ended before. For example, for this last test that I have passed, I had to do it before this month actually. So that is how they measure how effective we are. And finally, I have learned to pursue objectives, to give priorities, to know which activity to do first before the other one in order to be effective and in order to work towards the goal instead of stopping and really delaying the projects. So, talking more about the responsibility, I have learned a lot about being responsible at work, or in this case, my practices. I know that I am always in evaluation, so if you make a mistake, they are going to know that you made a mistake, but if you make an effort to solve that mistake, also managers and directors can also see that. I have also learned to meet and surpass the expectations from what I'm doing, because being good may be enough, but in order to be better you have to surpass the expectations. The part about reaching milestones, very important. And you have to be wise. You have to know before you do something. If you do something without knowing, that may be prone to errors, and then therefore you can get into more problems instead of fixing the problems you already have. And finally, ask and seek for help before you do something that you don't know about. That's very important. And to finish off, I want to close that it has been a very enriching experience for me. It has taught me a lot. I have been quite stressed, but actually quite happy learning about networks. And this is how I end of my experience. Maybe I will stay some more months, at least till I finish my exams, and just time will tell what will happen next.